Hi, this is Gretchen, and welcome to More to Explore. This week we are celebrating World Space Day by creating some constellations. So you have a sheet of pre-drawn constellations, and you also have a blank sheet. Constellations are groups of stars, and people looked in the sky and saw a group of stars and said, hey, this kind of looks like a lion. And so they drew imaginary lines to show a lion or a giraffe. So you have this page with actual constellations that you would see in the sky, but you also have a blank sheet so you can make your own if you'd like. So you're going to need these papers, scissors, and then a push pin or something like that to poke the little holes. You could also use a toothpick if you have that. Your job is to cut out the circles of the constellations because these circles are going to go in front of a flashlight. If you have a flashlight that's separate from a phone, it might work best just because you can lay this on top of the flashlight or tape it on. So you're going to cut out all of these different constellations. So right now I'm cutting out the giraffe, and we'll use that as an example. So once I've cut out my constellations, I'm just going to take my push pin or toothpick and poke it through the dots which represent the stars in the sky. So when you look at these, the dots are the stars, and that's what's actually in the sky. And then people looked in the sky and drew these imaginary lines to make an animal, so a giraffe. So I want to make sure that I'm poking not just a little poke, but I want to move it around a little bit to make sure my hole is big enough that the light is going to shine through. So I do that on all the stars, all the dots on each constellation. And I'm not putting my fingers behind the push pin because I know I will poke myself. So now you can see on the back that I have holes punched. Now that I have all my constellations cut out, I can use a flashlight and shine it on my different constellations and see the stars. I found that using a cell phone flashlight works the best, and that way when I shine it, the stars show on the walls. Enjoy making your own constellations on the wall, and be sure to get outside and look at the real constellations in the sky. There are also some cool phone apps. Be sure to ask your parents for permission. But for example, I use one called Skyview Light. And if you put your phone up and hover over the stars, it will tell you the name of the star. And if they're a part of a constellation, it will draw it for you, which is pretty cool. So have fun and enjoy our night sky. The answer to last week's brain teaser is a ball of yarn. This week's brain teaser is, I am light and seem to have no substance at all, but even the strongest person can't hold me for long. What am I? This week's picture book is Pluto Gets the Call by Adam Rex and Laurie Keller. Pluto receives the bad news that scientists no longer consider him a planet. Pluto travels the universe to share the news and introduces us to each planet and what is special about it. Laugh while learning in the fun book Pluto Gets the Call. In the graphic novel Zita the Spacegirl by Ben Hatke, Zita and her friend Joseph discover a huge crater in the earth. Inside, they find a mysterious device with a red button. When Zita pushes the button, A portal to another universe is opened, sucking Joseph in. It is now up to Zita to enter this new world and save Joseph. Along the way, Zita finds 5 other worldly creatures: Mouse, Strong, Piper, One, and Robot Randy. Can she work together with her new friends to save Joseph? Find out in Zita the Spacegirl, Book 1.